this to the cloud, and then we will upload this to YouTube afterwards. I don't know why Zoom's not letting us go live at this point in time, but it's not. So Kelly has got some awesome ninja trainings to share with you guys today, and he's going to be hyper targeting these areas that he's going to be covering with you guys. So I'm gonna let Kelly go ahead and take it away.
Before I do, I'm gonna jump in, guys. I'm gonna show you and go over some changes that are going to rock your world with regard to your direct mail, your mailbox power. But before I do, I'm gonna give you guys kind of a really cool feature you could use, and you can implement this inside of Leads to ROI very easily. One of the things that agents say to me all the time is, Kelly, you're sharing all your content. Like, I have about 10 requests a day for my emails, right? Kelly, can I get your email campaign? So that's why in Workplace, I created this group called Campaign Share. It's in there. If you want it, let me know later. The heck did I call it? Anyway, I dropped a bunch of my email tokens in there for anybody that's on KV Core. And I keep getting phone calls. Kelly, I need help with this email thing, building emails, blah, blah, blah. So here I've had something at my fingertips for all this time, and I've never really taught on this. If you're interested, just message me. I have a link. You can do a 14-day free trial to it. And guys, you can start building some amazing email stuff. I'm going to share my screen. And this stuff, this site is super duper duper inexpensive. And I get a lot of my content. Like, when you look at my social media posts, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, the many pages I have on Facebook, all of my content gets put in daily for me because of this site, right? But they added this recent email builder. Brian, I want to show you, I don't know if you and Willie have seen this or not, but I can come in here. If I want to create a really nice email drip campaign where I've got some additional content going in that is things of value, not necessarily, hey, do you want to see me? Would you like to list your home? Do you want to buy a home? Just, hey, I'm your local real estate expert. Here's some great articles I found for you, right? Check this out. I can do a buyer email. I can do up to 6 pieces, seller or latest content. So if I hit latest content, check out this email campaign right there. And then all I need to do is I can make a couple changes. I can add some things to it, but just that alone, if I want to take that, and if I want to copy the template, let me see if this is going to work in my copy email. Now I'm going to use Gmail, but my thoughts for you guys is for you to use your Leads to ROI and add some spicy emails to what you guys are sending out. And what's great about these emails is it's very neutral. It's not asking them, to call you or set an appointment. One of the guys that a lot of you know, if you're an EXP, and some of you that aren't in EXP, you still know him because he's massive on YouTube, is a gentleman by the name of Ricky Carruth. And Ricky has a database of some 50 to 70,000 people. And what he does is once a month, he does exactly what I'm going to share with you or show you. He puts together a really nice email, something of value, without asking them if they want to do business with him. He calls it his monthly email of value. And check this out. If you pop it in there, and I'll go ahead and send it to myself so we can see what it looks like. Let me go ahead. There we go. And guys, look at that. There it is. These are all infographics that tell you what it is, how to win buyers and sellers. Are you ready to fall in love? Is this your year to break up with renting? So check this out. It's a video. It's a dang video. Look at this. There's my branding. This is my own private page. There it is right there, right? If I want to come over here, want top dollar for your house, read it. There it is right there. Look at that, guys. So what's really cool about this is you can use this. You can go into, let me find you. You can go into their email builder. Say you want to do a campaign for, let me start again. Say you want to do a campaign for buyers. Just simply hit buyers, and there you go. And if you want to do something different, say you don't want to have such a big email, you can go ahead and say, I want between 1 and 6. So if I just want 2 pieces of content, I'll pick the ones I want there and there. and I'm going to build the email now. And then I'm just simply going to drag the content over. There it is. And there is my email. Think about it, guys. When you're building out, literally, I could build out a buyer email campaign, or take the existing buyer email campaign you guys have in Leads to ROI and supplement it with value like this. So anyway, let me open up the chat bar real quick because I'm getting ready to jump into what I'm going to teach on today. Does anybody currently use Keeping Current Matters?
Merlene does.
Okay, great. So here's what's going to happen. I've got right here, this is a 14-day trial. It's like $29 a month. You do what you want with it, guys. I don't care if you get it or not. If they don't pay me monthly, I just love them. There it is. If you, the rest of you that don't have this and want to try it out, all you have to do is set up your, when you set up your dashboard, just put your name, your email, your phone number, and your logo. And now it will put all of that on all of the pieces. And I'm not going to do a full demo on this system today, but they've got a whole blog. Like literally, I have on my KV Core website a hyperlink that says real estate blog that goes directly to this company's blog. So I auto post this stuff. This site will auto post a lot of their content branded to you on your Facebook pages. So really good stuff. Let me get out of there.
Guys, if you're trying to build your organic sphere and you've got followers that you're growing on your social media, like your business page, things like that, definitely make sure you have some type of content that you're putting out there.
And this stuff, guys, goes on my William. This stuff goes on my Facebook page every day. I have it set up to do a minimum of 2 posts a day, and I've been doing it for over a year. So if you go to one of my real estate Facebook pages, there's probably 500 pieces of content that's branded to me. And you know what? Any of you guys ever go to somebody's real estate page and it's like, all they have is, hey, do you want to buy a house? Hey, do you want to sell a house? You know, here's my home value link. Here's a brand new house that I just found over here at Four Corner, right? With your Facebook pages, you don't want to go heavy with the pitches. You want to give massive value. Gary Vee said it so well. The real estate agent's biggest enemy is lack of value. So if you can bring value to the table without asking for things, they'll start asking you. And that's why I love my direct mail approach. I give massive value, and the ones that really want to deal with me, the ones that are seriously thinking about it, they contact me. So I get rid of a lot of the tire kickers. But wow, this stuff is so good. And I'll just give you a sneak peek. This is my homepage, right? There it is right there. Look at all the blogs, all of these. These are all branded to me. So if I want to share this one, now I don't share these on Facebook because it auto posts it for me, but look right here, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, and then you can print it. I save it. This is killer, Brian. Save it as a PDF and send that in an email campaign, or attach it to, well, I'm getting a little too crazy with that, but anyway, really cool stuff. You guys can check it out. I dropped the link in there. You do what you want with it, but a great, great system. So let me get rid of that. So today, what I want to talk about
before we move on, Aaron's got a question, Kelly.
Oh, who does?
Aaron.
Okay, go for it.
Hey guys, how are you? Quick question.
Good.
So that was Keeping Current Matters. I have Inside Real Estate that I've been using, but I like that. So the issue that I had with newsletters was I had a company and they wanted me to export my database and send them out. And then when people started unsubscribing, I'm like, okay, great. That's a lot of maintenance, because now I had to then, currently using KV Core, have to put it in there. So is there a way to do one of these newsletters that it actually sends a newsletter to the client in your current CRM without you needing to do it?
Yeah, listen, all you need to do is, in the example that I shared with you, go and create your email for either buyer, sellers, or generic, where it mixes the buyer and the seller information together, which is what I like. And then simply copy the code or copy the email. It's just, there's a button that says copy it for email. Then you can go over to your CRM and you can create this email with that content and then attach whatever, like if you want to send it to all your buyers, you can do it with one push. If you want to send it to your sellers, you can do it with one push. That's why I like it. You don't even have to do a drip with it. what I love about it is once a month, all of your clients, all of your people that you've got on your database, literally within seconds, you can go create the email and send it. And it's such good value. None of those emails are going to be like, hey, call me up because we want to just come, do a listing appointment with you. Or, hey, do you want to get a mortgage, right? None of that stuff's happening. It's just really good content. And when you get the system and you learn how to copy it, which is one click of a button, and you learn how to go to your you go to your CRM, drop it in an email, and then attach it to a list, it'll be the easiest thing in the world for you. Literally once a month, you could be sending this out as a value-added proposition to your clients. Does that make sense? Or did I overtalk you?
No. I got it. But when I try to do a KV Core with my other blog link and I put it in there, I couldn't seem to get it to populate the blog. Anyway, I don't want to get deep into technical stuff.
Okay.
But
And I can tell you that I prefer using Leads to ROI to send these out. It's a much better ease of access, but I can also do this in KV Core like that. I just simply drop the content into an email, and then I go ahead and attach that to a hashtag. So if I have all my clients, say all my sellers, I just do hashtag sellers, hashtag FSBOs, whatever. I'll include all of my clients on one email, and with a push of a button, send it out, and it'll do it. I just prefer to do mine inside of Leads to ROI. It's just such an easier process for me. But anyway.
yeah, great. Thank you so much.
I just wanted to share that with you guys because it's a really cool aggregate for information, and it auto posts to all your social media sites like that. You just go in and tell it how many days a week. Mine's set up to do 2 posts a day for 7 days. But enough about that. Let's now talk about what's working for me, because I'd love to see you guys duplicate it.
We got Merlene right before we start.
Kelly, can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah,
I've
go
been
for it.
using Keep Up Current with as a blog
Yes.
into KV Core and also auto post. But the email part, if I do it into Leads to ROI, does it go into spam? Does it spam or anything like that?
I don't have that issue. That's why I use Leads to ROI.
Okay, you don't have that issue. Okay, I just wanted to
Nope.
make sure if I start doing that. Okay, thank you.
As long as if you're doing the newsletters, you make sure that you send things out in drip mode. That
Okay.
is the most important thing. If you just have a list of 600 clients and you blast out a blog post to all 600 at once, that is what can get the domain put into spam, and that is what we personally frown upon. So, but as long as you do it in drip mode, you're okay.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Awesome. All right, so let's move on to something that I really think can change a lot of the agents. A lot of you watching me now, those of you that watch us on YouTube, I get today, I'll use today as an example. I've had 3 agents contact me, and it always starts like this. Hey, I've been following you. I've been watching your videos. Man, I'm struggling. I don't, blah, 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 blah. What can I do? And I'm like, well, what are you doing now? And I'm finding that, and we talked about this, I think last week or the week before, it's very easy to get off track as a realtor because you go to Facebook or you're on YouTube or even TikTok, and somebody says, hey, Brian and I were watching some stuff today with a very famous real estate agent coach, and they had like 40 videos, and we both know it's kind of an inside joke. The videos are great and the pitch is great, but the product sucks. And so, as agents, we get all looped into this, like, oh my God, this isn't working. Let me go over here and do this. Oh my God, this isn't working. Let me go over here and do this. And so what I want to share with you guys, heart to heart, agent to agent, I'm going to share with you what's working for me. And it's working for the agents that follow me religiously. And it's not the end of all ends. It's not the only thing that'll work, but version 1's better than version none. And I'm mentoring a couple young agents right now. And my goal is to get them on a path for 1 to 3 closings a month as a new agent within 60 to 90 days. And the way you do that is, and we've talked about this, is you've got to make sure your offers are spot on, right? You can't do, and I should have pulled one of the cards. I haven't shown it to you guys in a while, but you can't send a card with a big picture of you on it and, Call me at this number if you want to get a home evaluation. You can't do that stuff. It just doesn't convert. Think about being the homeowner and you're getting text and phone call and emailed to death. And all of the real estate agents are pretty much saying the same thing. And now you're getting cards, right? What is it that would stop you from throwing that card away and saying, okay, this is interesting? It comes down to your message, your vehicle of delivery, and your consistency. Those three, if you can solve those three things, your message, which is your offer, your vehicle that you send your offer to, whether it be slide eye, drop voicemail, text, email, door knocking, whatever, Facebook ads, and then consistently you do it, you do it, and you do it, and you do it, and you don't stop. It's like Art Williams, Brian, we used to say, we joke about this all the time, just do it, right? Do it. Well, Art, how long is it go? Just do it, right? You got to be consistent. And sometimes as agents, we get all like excited about the newest thing and we haven't perfected the old thing yet. So if you follow me, you know, I'm big on direct mail and because it works. And let me give you an example. And then I'm going to show you my mailbox power. I'm going to show you live examples of what I'm doing that's working. And then I got a bombshell to drop on you guys that you're getting ready to get and you don't even know it. This is going to change some of your marketing over the next 3 to 6 months. It's going to change it radically and yield massive results. So I send FSBO cards out weekly, right? A couple months ago, and some of y'all have heard me say this, I sent a FSBO card out to a neighborhood and I got the listing and developed a good relationship with the owner. And you know, side topic here, some of the agents are like, well, you know, what makes you different? Why are you closing at a higher rate? It's not because it's my looks. I mean, God knows, look at me. I'm overweight, right? It's because I know how to talk. I don't look like William. William is the freaking model of the group. I mean, when he doesn't wear a hat and grows a little gruff, he's a sexy individual. Brian, he's a good looking dude. When he, you know, when he takes a bath. I mean, Merlene, look at Merlene. My God, Merlene is like sexy mama there. I'm just a big fat dude. But I sell a lot of freaking real estate when I want to. And why is that?
So much, Kelly.
Yeah, it's the gift of gab. And when you know your craft truly, when you understand everything about what you're talking about, people see that and they feel that.
Now let's address gift of gab. I know exactly what you meant by that, William, but there are a lot of guys that and girls that have gift of gab, and it sounds like a nail on a chalkboard.
Yeah.
Right?
There's
a difference between a gift of gab and a gift of BS.
Yeah.
So as real estate agents, guys, you have got to become like you're a student of, I spend 30 plus hours a month studying real estate so I can operate at a high level. I do it every month. At night, during the day, I read books, I watch webinars. I mean, I'm constantly, because what worked 3 years ago doesn't work today like it did 3 years ago. 6 years ago, we were allowed to text. We weren't in trouble by the government. So we would send text videos to, I tell you, 5 years ago, I was sending out text messages and attaching a video to the FSBOs, and it yielded massive results. Today, I don't do that because I don't have permission and I don't want to get a fine, right? So what worked years ago doesn't work today. So you always have to be studying your craft, become a master of it. But direct mail, and let me go into my direct mail. I'm going to show you some examples. So back to the FSBO, I sent him a card. I listed his house. This home seller and his wife loved me. They moved to Tennessee and they still yesterday sent me a video of some waterfall area in Tennessee that they wanted to share with me. So we've developed a good relationship. So I sold his house. And then I said, you know what? I'm going to start geo-farming that neighborhood. It's not a big neighborhood. So I pulled 90 homeowners that met a certain criteria, and I pulled it inside of Mailbox Power. So they all had to have their house for at least 5 years. They had to have at least 75K in equity, 650 credit score, and I wanted at least a $65,000 per year income. And in that entire neighborhood, I was able to pull 90 houses. I'll even show you guys the list. 90 houses in that neighborhood that qualified for my perfect client. If I'm going to spend my money, I want to have a good opportunity to have the most concentrated potential listers this year that I'm targeting. And then I decided to do my cards a little different. I wanted something on the card that had a tie-in to the neighborhood, right? So let me show you an example of the first card that I sent. And the reason why I like this card is because it's got a message. It's personal. So the card's going to go out. When I bought that list, I think it cost me like 13 bucks. The list contains the first and last name of every homeowner there. So it's going to say Merlene, Brian, Karen, Jim, Kelly, William, thinking of selling in the next 12 months. I threw my logo on it, my number on my logo. Now, here's where I love setting myself apart. I sold 2 homes. Okay, so back to the FSBO. I sold the FSBO, and I just listed and sold my next home in that neighborhood in 3 months. That guy that I just sold his house is buying a home. 3 transactions, $25K, $120 in card spend. You better believe I'm going to be farming this neighborhood. So I'm going to show you the card I just sent them. I just sent my next card today. And I'm anticipating 5 to 8 listings in that little neighborhood this year and 2 to 4 buyers. That's $75,000 in income for about a $700 budget in cards. But here's an example of the card I send, right? My cool little logo that I paid somebody to design. Variable listing commission helps you profit more. I like putting that there because I want to just kind of titillate them. But over here, look, I sold 2 homes in Cranes Landing. See, I'm even putting the name of their subdivision on it. And this picture that you see right there, okay? I went out with my phone right there, my cell phone, and I snapped some pictures of the front of that neighborhood. So when they get this card, that full color picture is going to be a tie-in for them, and it's going to make them want to read my card as opposed to throwing it away. It's not, hey, you can, get chiropractic services. Here's a card for pizza deals. Here's a card from Belk's. Here's a card for, no, my card has something to do with their neighborhood and it has their name on it. That's a huge differentiation. And then the back of the card. So I want to share with you what I do. I'm going to break down something I don't normally train on except for my own team and why I get such good responses. Now, you have to understand that what I'm going to share with you isn't something I teach on. And it's not something you'll see that I put on Facebook or YouTube, but it's something I do internally and it's worked really well for me. And because I go off the law of averages, if I get a seller, for every seller I get, if I get 10 sellers, 6.5 to 7 of them are going to be buying a home. So if I can list 10 homes, now guys, hear me on this. That's a 17 transaction deal. So you hear about agents, listing agents that do 20 deals a year. And you're like, oh man, 20 deals. I wish I could do 20 deals a year. Just go list 12 homes, 1 home a month, and then help them find another home. Now, some of you are like, yeah, but they don't always buy in the neighborhood. Well, guess what? If they're buying in a different state, ask if you can have permission to give their information to a brother agent who will take very good care of them. And you, as their listing agent, will make sure that they are handled with care. And if they say yes, that's a 25% commission. I know people that are icon agents, double icon agents, because they get all these listings and they're also working with them as buyers. So if you get 12 listings, you're probably looking at 20 plus deals a year, okay? Now, the back of the card. I recently sold 2 homes in Cranes Landing for $36K. Let me show you what I can do for you. My commission plan saves thousands over other agent fees. What I do, guys, when I farm neighborhoods, now this is me, you don't have to do it. You do whatever you want. I don't care. And this is not open for argument. It works for me because I'm going off the law of averages. I charge a 4.5% commission. I give 2% to the buyer and I keep 2.5% for me. Guys, this home that I just sold, so if you'll remember the front of the card, I said I sold 2 homes. I literally, today is Tuesday. Monday, I went to contract on my second home. I listed it for $369. We sold it for $389. This thing had like 20 showings in 2 days. None of the agents called me complaining about the 2%. You know why? Because these agents are dying out there. They don't care. They're like, we just got to get him in a home. I'm so tired of driving these people around and losing deals. So they're not calling me to complain. Kelly, why are you giving me 2%? I give them whatever I want to give them because I'm the listing agent. I control the transaction. Now, when the market balances out, that's going to change a little bit. But right now, the listing agent controls the transaction. So these agents are perfectly fine. There's no argument from them. So check this out. Let me grab a calculator. Okay, so guys, watch this. This house was $389,000 times 2.5%, $9,700 before splits. So let's just go with $9,700. Now he's buying another house. He's upgrading. So the house he's going to buy is probably going to be around $485. Let's just do that number times 2.5% on average. It's 12.5 plus 9,700. Do y'all see that number right there, guys? $21,000 potential commission with one guy that got this card right here. That card got me that listing. I never would have had that guy had I not sent that card. Right now, let me stop for a minute. I'm going to get out of here and I want to show you the second. That's the second card I sent. Let me show you the first card. The first card I sent, I yielded nothing. Now, this guy right here said to me, he said, Kelly, I got your first card. I thought it was interesting. In between the day I got your first card and today, my tenant, see the house that he's in, there's a tenant. Now my buyer's looking to buy, my seller's looking to buy another home, but he wants to sell his tenant occupied home first. The tenant in that 30-day span of when he got my first card and when he got my second started really irritating him. And it was time for him to talk to me about selling the house. He was tired of being a landlord, right? That's how this works. He didn't call me on the first card. He called me on the second. Here was the first card, guys. All I simply did was I went to Google, typed in the address and pulled a Google map of the home. That's it right there. How simple is that, right? So how did I find it? I went to mailing list. I went to order a custom mailing list. I went to individual. I did a radius around an address, and I'll use mine just so you guys see how simple this is. Right, and then I just brought it down to the neighborhood. So let's just take it down to like there. Ooh, let's go up a little bit more. There. And then I just drug it up here. That's basically my neighborhood right there. Let me go down a little bit. Right, and then I went to demographics, got rid of all the renters, wanted people with 5+ years, looking for 65, say 65K, looking for single family homes. Then I went down here. And all I simply did was I said, I only wanted people with a credit score of 650 or higher. And whatever that number was for his neighborhood, I bought it. So if I go into my mailing list, and let me show it to you. Check that out. There it is. There it is. I purchased it. Say again, Willie.
125 people, huh?
Yep, that's it.
Costs you what, $15?
That's it. Now, here is a surprise I'm going to give everybody here. I want you to go and make sure your chat bar is open. Some of you already have this. I'm going to share my expired campaign with you. Just edit these, guys. Let me drop it in here first. Grab this and put it somewhere. Grab this and maybe open up your email or just open up a notepad or whatever. And make sure you grab that because this is what you're getting. I'm giving you a 5-week, 4 cards. I just recycled the first card on the 5th week. A 5-week expired campaign. Expired campaign. All these cards are done. All you're going to do is take all the pictures that you see here and change them. Do whatever you want with them. You don't even have to change them. You can leave those pictures. What I've been telling agents, if you really want to maximize it, find every expired within 5 miles of your home every month and take 1 day a week and go out and snap a picture of that home, come back to your office, upload the picture of that home onto those cards, take that expired campaign and now set it up for that individual homeowner. That's one way to do it. The other way is just take my cards as is, change the information on it that you don't like, and set it up as an automation, and then put your expireds in every day, this will yield you massive results if you do it every day. I just gave you those campaigns, so they're yours. Now, let's talk about what Mailbox Power is getting ready to do, because guys, back to my back to the mailing list. One of the things that we want to do is we want you guys to use this mailing list to geofarm between 2 and 5 neighborhoods. Now, hear me on this. You want to geofarm 2 to 5 neighborhoods, find between 90 and 120 people is a good budget. If you can get 2, like I'm doing 3 neighborhoods right now. If you can do at least 2, you're going to yield results. This is the quickest way for you guys to get 6 figures this year. Trust me on this, please. This is the quickest way I know how to tell you to get to 6 figures. And with the other stuff that we train you with, the Facebook ads, getting buyers approved, all of that, I mean, you guys have the keys to the kingdom here. But get to know this mailing list tool and get yourself 1 or 2 neighborhoods, at least 2, maximum 200 to 250 total homeowners, and start sending out cards once a month. Now, here's what Mailbox Power is getting ready to do for every one of you. This is a bombshell. I have been working hard with them, hard, and I'm going to show you the cards. Let me find it. Guys, when you see this, you're going to be like, holy crap.
We're excited about this.
You haven't even seen this yet, Willie. I'm going to open up the cards. So before I show you the cards, all of these cards are being deposited in everybody's account. I have worked with Joe Kennemore, and let me find his email. Joe Kennemore. I've been working with him to create a playbook that's a playbook and a playbook that has a walkthrough, PDF walkthrough on how to do your geofarming, how to take the cards we're giving you and quickly edit them like that, and then some video walkthroughs. So this is an example of our seller, and everybody's going to get this email to them when we're done with it, but it's going to show you how to edit the cards. It's going to show you exactly what to do. Literally, you can have your geofarm set up in under 10 minutes. And the way you're going to do it is you're going to take 2 neighborhoods minimum, and you're going to find those neighborhoods that you want to farm. You're simply going to get in your car, drive to the front of the neighborhood, and snap some pictures of the sign, the front of the neighborhood. If they have a beautiful swimming pool, like weight room or area that's gorgeous, snap a picture of that. If they've got a playground, snap a picture of anything that makes that neighborhood. Get about 5 to 7 pictures per neighborhood, and then upload those into your computer as a file. And you can call it, Rock Springs subdivision, Granite Bay subdivision, Lakeview, whatever it is. Store those pictures there, because you're going to be using those pictures on your campaign. So here's the first card, guys. Check this out. Willie, look at this. Now, all of this stuff is editable, and we're going to show you guys how to do it. Help, William. I have buyers looking for a home in your neighborhood. Have you thought about selling your home? Call or text whoever. That's the first card. Here's the second one. Hey, William, it's me, Kelly, your friendly neighborhood realtor again. The housing market is fire. I designed my program to net you more. And guys, what I'm not showing you is the back of the card, which has the offers. All of your cards will be done complete with offers. And do y'all notice the picture right here? This is a placeholder. So remember, I told you to go and take a picture of your neighborhood. All you're going to do is in Mailbox Power, you're going to click that, upload a picture, and it's going to deposit right there instantly. And now your cards are going to be tied to that neighborhood. Not only are you putting the first name of that seller, but you're putting a picture of something about his neighborhood, which increases your conversion rates. Next card. Again, this picture is going to be a picture of that neighborhood. Dear William, now that you have a friendly neighborhood real estate pro, it's time to take advantage of me. If you're looking for the current value, blah, 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 and all of this agent stuff, they're creating the card that will auto-populate your information. You're not going to have to go into the card and put your name, your cell, your email, your broker. If you've already got that set up in Mailbox Power underneath your dashboard, this will auto-populate. Here's the next one. How my program works for you, Brian. If you find the buyer, you pay me nothing. Guys, that doesn't mean they don't pay me the listing fee. They just don't pay me anything on the buyer's side. If I find the buyer, you save thousands. So I discount the buyer. If the buyer's commission is 2%, I give them a 0.5 point reduction. Now in Florida, I can write the buyer contract if I'm the listing agent. We are transactional. If you're not, you'll just need to change that. No long-term listing agreement. My listing agreements are easy exit. If they want out, they can get out, no penalty. Insane marketing strategy. When I share with them how I market their home, including marketing to MLS buyers, blows them away. I provide moving boxes. Guys, it cost me $100. I give them moving boxes. I have my maids clean their house. It cost me $150. Think of it as closing gifts, right? Access to hundreds of qualified buyers. And you see that little girl's picture? That's going to be something that's you took with your phone of that neighborhood. These cards are going to get you some attention. Here's the next one.
Love that one. That one was great too.
Look at this one. My logo, their neighborhood picture is going to drop right here. Jim, thinking of selling? Variable listing commission helps you profit more. There you go. And all of this will be editable. If you don't like that, you can put whatever the freak you want. I don't care. This is stuff that works for me. And then the last card. Look at this one. This is the back of the card. Now, do you see I had them design these cards so that the QR code that we've talked about before can go right there. So here's what I like to do, guys. I like to go to Loom or BombBomb and create a video of what makes me unique. Why is my program so better than everybody else's? I keep it under 3 minutes. Hey guys, this is Kelly, the Real Estate Ninja. Thank you for taking the time to scan this. I'm going to be brief. I want to share with you why I am different. Number one, my variable listing commission will save you thousands over other local agents. And when we get together, I'll share with you how that's going to impact your profit. Number two, you're never going to have to keep yourself tied to me. With my easy exit listing, if you don't like the job I'm doing, simply fire me. No holds barred. You can fire me and I will pull your home off the MLS. There's no penalty on my end. We just part company and I wish you well. The other reason is boom. The other reason is boom. The other reason is boom. So do me a favor. If that is something that you would like to explore, reach out to me at 407-832-6604 and let's get together and go over, number one, how much profit you're going to make on your home. And number two, how easy it is in this market if you're partnered with the right agent. I look forward to meeting you guys, right? That's my video. So I'm going to go to Canva, create the QR. And by the way, all of this training will be in the playbook you're getting. I create the QR code. I attach the video to the QR code and bam, I pop it right there. Scan this code to see my program. Save thousands, no long-term variable commission, free home profit analysis, hire me for free program. I take care of cleaning. I provide moving boxes, save 1% more. And this is all editable. I actually do 0.5%, but anyway, you can put whatever you want. And then your name, email, and brokerage will automatically populate right there. The logo will populate, whether you're EXP, Keller Williams, whatever, your logo is going to go right there. And so guys, all of these cards are literally going to be put into your automation. So you're going to wake up and you'll probably get notified by EXP. You'll get notified by Mailbox Power to go and check your automations. They're going to drop that right inside of there. And what's really cool, you see here where it says duplicate? Here's what I love about it. When they drop that campaign, don't mess with the original template. Duplicate it. And when you duplicate it, call it the name of that subdivision. So again, Rock Springs Geo Farm Automation. So if you're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 neighborhoods every month, duplicate that 5 times. Make sure you name that automation for that subdivision, and then you're good to go. You go into your saved projects, because here's the other thing. They're going to put a folder here for you that will probably say Geo Farm Domination. There'll be 4 cards. You're going to recycle the first one and make it a 5-month, 1 card a month campaign. And what you're going to do is you're going to copy all of those cards and call it the subdivision Geo Farm. So all of those cards will be copied up to 5 times, depending on how many times you guys are geo farming. So before I go any further, is everybody with me? Go to the chat bar, do me a favor, put yes or no. Are you following me? Are you getting this? Yes or no? I just want to make sure before I go on, if you guys are catching this. And what's really great, okay, William, you're so dumb. There's always a William Grader when I do training. So guys, they're going to change the game on how you are going to dominate your farm. And this is one of the least expensive, highest converting things that I have ever done in my real estate career is this marketing right here. But for God's sakes, if you do it, be consistent. Make sure that your Geo Farm, it's only 1 card a month. You don't want to plaster them with 4 cards a month. 1 card a month. The campaign will go automatically. So once you set that campaign and you attach it to a neighborhood list, you're done. It's going to run once a month for 5 months, right? And then in month 5, you're going to go back in and redo it and run it for another 5 months, right? So that's how you're going to dominate these neighborhoods. And what I like to talk about is predictably scaling. So if you're like me, I'm at 2 listings and a buyer right now. You better believe I'm now scaling and adding other subdivisions, because the more money you make, the more you can spend on scaling. And you only scale something that predictably works. If you do this and it's not working for you, you need to figure out, number 1, why it's not working. And number 2, you stop it all until you figure out why it's not working. And then once you figure that out and it starts to work, you scale it. Now I'm going to show you one more thing. And this is how we're going to tie leads to ROI into, and this has been very successful with me. Do you guys see this right here? William, can you see this?
Yep.
This is a card every one of you get for free inside of Mailbox Power. You just have to go to right here where you go home, go to the home tab, scroll down to real estate underneath where it says create birthday. Just go over here and hit that. And here are all of the cards that they're giving you. Some of these are free, some of these are not. Okay, this is a free card. Just go and find it and add it to your account. It looks just like this, right? Renting, what's in it for you, William? Time to fire your landlord, potentially own a. So this is something I think you guys should be doing also monthly. Once a month, you should be sending a card to any buyers that you find. And you know, with Mailbox Power, you can go find those. They're called renters, 700 credit score, 100 grand a year. Those are the ones you want to set up on a list and send this card. But what I love about this, and this is how you're going to tie in to your lease ROI. William, do you see that right there?
You.
Do me a favor and scan it with your phone. And then I want you to turn your phone around. If I did this right, I want you to turn your phone around and show everybody what comes up. No, it's not a picture of me back when I used to dance.
Here we go.
Okay, there you go.
Yep.
So what I did, guys, do you see this right here? This is your home buyer funnel every one of you have. So all I did was I grabbed this URL and I went over here to Canva and I created a QR code and I dropped that URL and there it is. I then downloaded it with a transparent background and put it on my computer. Then I went over to Mailbox Power. Let me go back here. Let me get out of here. I went and found that card and I copied the card. Now watch this, guys. I took and copied the card and I called it leads to ROI test for today's class. And I simply went to options. I edited the card. And when it came up, here's where you guys can change. Like, see this renting? You can do whatever you want there. What's in it for you, William? You can do whatever you want there. Time to fire. All of these are editable. So like next month's card, change the picture, take the color. See how the color is blue? Change that sucker to red if you want. See how I just did that? Easy ceasy, right? Change all of this if you want, but here's the template for the card. But here's how I got that thing to work. I went right here and I took the QR code that was on there off. I went to photos, upload a picture, go high level. There's the QR code that I just created for this. And there it is. So above it says scan the QR code to see all available homes for sale. What I did is I attached my go high level funnel to that QR code. And if they click it and register, they are going to now be on my CRM as a buyer. Y'all with me on that? William, you with me?
Yeah.
Guys, that's how you can tie in leads to ROI to your direct mail, because you've got 15 already done for you funnels. They're all in there. You can take your funnels and edit the funnels however you want, but those funnels are there. And if you want to tie in your CRM with your cards, that's how you do it. But here is a card you literally can be sending once a month to all your buyers. Now, real quick, and then I'm going to leave it for questions. If you want to use that in your marketing, and it's very slow today, you simply go to mailing list. You need a list to send this to for buyers. I'm going to order a custom mailing list. I'm going to target individuals. Geography, I'm going to do a zip. Merlene, do me a favor. Tell me what your zip code is.
11967.
New York?
Yes.
8,300 people. So I'm going to go here. That's kind of a small zip, but let me see what I can do. I'm going to just do renters. So I got rid of everybody but renters. I'm looking for income at least 60 grand a year. And then I'm going to start at 600 because I can do credit down to 550 now, but I'm going to start at 600 and let's see what I get. I'm going to change some of this because I want this list to be a concentrated list of what I would consider the best buyers. So 434. So then what I could do is I could say, okay, let me go for 650 or higher. And I think over here, length of residence, how about renters that have been renting for at least 2 years? I don't know what that number is going to be. Let's see. I'm going to stop it there. Hopefully it'll be 100 to 200. Let's see. Oh, beautiful. All right. 194 cost me 19 bucks. So once I buy that list, Merlene, in your area, I now have 194 people. And just so we can see the math on this, and I'm going to answer your question in a minute on the card sizes that I use. Somebody just asked that, but let me go to calculator. So I think we said it was 194. So 194 times 0.52. It's going to cost me $100 a month, Merlene, to market to almost 200 buyers. Now, let's just talk numbers. Brian, are you still with me? Are you able to talk? Or are you on something?
I am back. I've been on with Premier Turbo team.
Okay, can I ask you a question? I need to break some wisdom down with you. So in this
Absolutely.
example, let me clear it. We've got 200 buyers in Marlene's area that we're going to send a card to that costs us $100 a month. If you have 200 buyers, these are renters with a 650 credit score, 65K or more, you've been renting for 2 years. What would you say if you've got a good offer, a good vehicle, which Marlene does, and you're consistent? What could we look at on the low side to convert on 200 of these people? What do you think?
When we're talking low side, it makes me feel it brings me back to that Premier Agent direct platform I ran when I was at Zillow, where we had video marketing, Facebook advertising, and direct mail as a portion of that platform. It was very generic. So the mailers that would send out would be about a great agent that's in your marketplace, right? There was no unique offer or anything along those lines, but we typically saw around a 2% response rate from those folks. So if we're looking at sending out a mailer to 194 people, I would expect roughly 4 people to respond and reach back out. And that's with a very generic campaign. If we were doing something that has a very, very sweet offer that's going to entice people to reach out, we should be able to see around 4% as far as our response rate, which would equal 8 people at that 194, just under 8. So, I mean, geez, just looking at it, if we were to get 4 people back from 200, I mean, that's for $100 spend. That's
$1,200. Okay, $1,200, Brian. So let's just say on the low end, she was able to convert 4 people this year off of $1,200. All right, Merlene, what is the average commission up there?
The average percentage wise?
Yeah, well, no, not percentage. What average commission check? What would you just guess?
About 6,500.
$26,000 on the low end. If all you did was convert 4 people. Now, here's the difference, Brian, and that's low end. Here's why I'm going to tell you that our conversions are higher. I've gone out and targeted the best of the best. So, Brian, I've looked at an entire area and extracted the best credit, the best income, and 2+ years renting. that is a highly concentrated list of the best prospects. If I'm going after people that are not a homeowner, that are renting, that might possibly buy. So taking that same number of 194, I don't think 7% in the year is is improbable. So out of 13 people that say yes, if you can get 7 of them out of 198 to say yes, so 7 times 6,500, this to me is more realistic. 35 to 45K in commissions off of a $1,200 spend. Now you take that with the geo farming neighborhoods and your expires and FSBOs, and you stay consistent, it's game, set, match, over. Now you've got the message, the offer, the vehicle vis-a-vis the cards, and the commitment. You're going to crush it this year. So I'm not going to go. I had a couple other things, but I'm done.
I'll actually jump in on this a little bit, Kelly. And Karen has a question. What is the price point for 60K income? I'd say between 250 and 350,000 would probably be your price point on that.
That's
There's
exactly
going to
right.
be a point in time where you're not going to be able to go any higher because the income doesn't match for your mortgage that you're trying to get. But let's take a look at how we're crafting the offers on this. Right. So we're going after folks with 650 credit scores or higher. They've been in their residence for 2 years or longer. So how do we speak directly to that individual when we're sending our mailers out? You could add something. You could add something into your offer that says, hey, have you been renting for the last 2 years or longer? Is your credit score 650 or higher? And do you have an income of over $60,000 annually? Well, I've got a program that can help you get into a new home and stop paying your landlord, right? So if we want to speak directly to this exact person that we're mailing to, we can actually craft our offer so that it covers all of the data points that we're hitting and who we're marketing to, so that it can catch their attention, get their interest, and give you guys a better opportunity to get that phone call back. So I would actually, as you're going through and building out these particular lists for your direct mailers, I would leverage the data points that you are pulling in your unique selling proposition, in your offer, so that you can convert at a higher level. William, what do you got to add on to this?
I was going to say like a why rent when you can buy. and so that falls in line exactly with what you're saying. Use those data points. You're building this list specifically for an audience that is them. So
Yeah.
like if I saw that and I go, oh, that's me. Oh, that's me. Oh, that's me. Shit, I didn't even know I could buy. Okay.
Well, and here's one of the cards that I send out. Takes what Brian just said and puts it on turbo. I'll say to the prospect, hey, if you're renting, your credit score is 650 or higher, you make over 65K a year, email me back at kellywheelergroup@gmail.com. Tell me what your rent is. I will then email you 3 houses within 5 miles of your current address that you can purchase for less than what you're paying in rent.
Let me ask you guys a question on that, because our price point isn't anywhere that low. So
Okay.
the general rule for renters, and tell me what it is, because my guess is 3 to 4 times. So if it's $1,500 a month for rent and their landlord is saying you need 3 times that for wages, just to make the formula work, you're at your 60,000. We don't
Yep.
have homes in that price point where I'm at.
Okay, so this is actually a good question. And let me just say this and see if this helps, Karen, and see if this goes with what you're saying. This is a generic scenario that I'm giving because I started off by saying everybody's area is different, because I can sell a $350,000 house here, which is the top end for my county. But in California, top end, medium price points over there are $1 million, right? And if you're going to get $1 million home, you better be making 10 grand or more a month. So the numbers will scale depending on where you live in the country. But
yeah, I get that. If
Yeah.
it's a basic formula. So basically, if our homes are, say 350 to 400, and I wouldn't even
Correct.
want to do 350, you can't find them. So just say 400 to 500,000, then I would have to
Correct.
back up that formula accordingly.
correct.
Yeah.
If the houses were 500K, then when I went ahead and pulled the lead base, I would say I want everybody making 125K a year, renting for 2 years, 700 credit score. And that's how I would attack that list. If the houses are $1 million on average a year, I'm going to bump it up $10,000 plus income. And everybody's geographical areas will fit the formula. It just scales out to that area in the country that's different. But at the end of the day, I can tell you a real quick story here. Here in my area, there are houses that are $450,000 renting for $3,200 a month. I can get a buyer in that home for about $2,400 a month. So I literally can share with him how to save $500, $600, $800 a month, even in today's climate, by buying a house. So the pitch to him would be, hey, let's have a conversation. Don't have to get in the car and drive today. We don't have to go look at homes today. Let me send you examples of what you could own and get the tax benefits on that's less than what you're actually paying now. That is 100% loss for you. I would love to send that to you. And what I generally do when they respond back, email me, say, hey, go ahead and send me 3 homes. I do it as a video email. And then I give them a link at the bottom, says, hey, here's 5 homes within 10 miles of where you live or 5 miles or whatever. But I do a video email because it just looks so much more professional. Hey, thank you for responding, blah, 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 right? And then I send them to the link. And then that's how I start the conversation off with them. But very powerful tool to especially in today's economy with the way that the housing market is. It just kind of sets you, I don't know very many agents doing this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't. They're running Facebook, which I'm fine with Facebook ads, and they're getting, names, emails, and all of that, and then doing that. I'm doing that, but I'm also doing this, which is giving me a more laser targeted lead. But anyway, just some examples, guys, for you to be able to do seller, FSBO, expired, buyers, kind of the whole thing, and yield much better results. So we had a couple questions. Do you suggest 5.5? Okay. When I first started doing Mailbox Power, it used to be called Banner Season. All I did was 4x6 because that was free in the Pro Plan. Pro Plan was $49 a month. They introduced September of last year the Executive Plan at $149 a month. But the Pro Plan, 5.5 by 5.5 by 8.5s are free. 200 5x7s are free a month. So because I send out a lot of cards, it made sense for me to upgrade. It doesn't make sense for every agent. So you have to look at your volume. I now primarily, I don't use the 4x6 hardly at all anymore. I use 5.5 by 8.5 is my standard card. And then I do 5x7. And then every once in a while, I'll throw in a gigagram, which is the 8x11 card. But that one I use sparingly because they're $3.99 a piece on my plan. But the 8.5 by 5.5, the card is free. I just pay the postage. And it basically nets me the same as the 4x6 on my upgraded plan. But that's something you guys will have to decide and look into. If you're doing as much as I am, you're going to want to, and the 5 by 8.5 just looks better. There's more real estate there. Do you have Canva?
You guys, the 5 by 8.5 as well. And just to kind of throw a little bit more out there on that, listings to leads, their cards that you guys can download, I believe are the 5.5 by 8.
I've used them on my cards.
So if you guys go into through your guys' listings to leads account that we provide to everybody that's in Leads to ROI, you can go in and click to market your listing. And then on here, you're going to have listing flyers. You're going to have postcards and door hangers. Now, if we scroll down, we should be able to find some postcards down here. So there's a couple of interesting, like the sizes are a little bit different on here, 5.25 by 8.5. So you guys can use these cards as your cards that you would use in Mailbox Power. You'd simply just go in and grab the card itself, download it. And then once you download the card from Listings to Leads, you've got your PDF here. You'll just go ahead and you can import this directly into your guys's, Mailbox Power and send those out. Another cool thing, our team has been working very, very diligently on getting that Google API integration set up. We're running tests on it right now. This was something that I expected to have out a couple weeks ago, but dev team ran into some snags. And so they're working diligently on getting that taken care of. So very soon, you guys are going to be able to drag and drop your leads from your FSBO to the FSBO mailer, and it's automatically going to send over a photo of their home from Google Street View to Mailbox Power. So when we're sending that first card out, it's going to be an image of their house as the background. Now, I do want to stress this. Our dev team is working very, very hard on it. and we were hoping to have this a couple weeks ago. So we are pushing on our dev team as hard as we can, and we should have that very, very soon.
There's a lot to
MLS
think.
connectivity is next, so it is going to take some time. Stacia, I apologize about that, but we had a couple of hiccups that we ran into with the dev team. That's all coming soon, and we do have websites that are being created through IDX Broker Platinum. So should have that done soon as well. But I would say another month for the IDX integration, because we've got a couple of other things in our roadmap we really want to get out for you guys for marketing before we add those things in. So it's all coming in due time.
And Stacia, if in the meantime you want to just have a normal website without the IDX there, I'm happy to help you get something set up for that as well. Okay. So I mean, you could still have a nice website. It just won't have the IDX integration yet, but when the time comes, then we can get that integrated. Okay.
Great. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I like the red headphones too.
I took them from my kid. What can I say? She didn't
So
want it. She didn't
stylish.
want them anymore. They weren't stylish to her anymore. They were too old. So,
Well, Kelly, do you have anything else to cover today, or are you all wrapped up?
I think that's it. I wanted to just hone in on actionable sequences people can take right now. And if you're watching this on YouTube, just comment below, and William or myself or Brian will get back to you. If you're looking to get started with direct mail, we'll give you some free trial links. You're welcome to use it. And if you don't use what we use, find a company that you can use, because I think in today's economy, direct mail is a beast. But understand, if you're watching this, it's not the only thing you should be doing as an agent. I'm not against cold calling. I just don't do it anymore. I don't have to. I'm not against door knocking. I just don't do it. And if you knocked on my door and tried to ask me if I wanted to sell my home, probably wouldn't be a good thing. But you know, if that's your jam, then whatever. I mean, do it. I don't do it. I'm not into open house setting. I don't like to go to a builder or have an agent, reach out and see if I can do an open. Those are things that were like 3 to 5 to 10 years ago. I personally don't do them. That's why I'm passionate about still with Facebook ads. I'm passionate about direct mail. I am passionate about just whatever you can do to create the highest quality lead and then convert at a high level. And for you guys, it comes down to what I said earlier: the right message, the right vehicle, and consistency, and you're going to crush it. Last thing, I had an agent call me today to just let you know that all things being considered, not all direct mail companies are the same. I will say this: don't ever do every door direct mail. Not going to go into detail of why on this one. I've got other videos on that. It's a waste of your money, and it's frustrating because it does not yield the results that targeted direct mail does. But I had a young lady call me earlier and wanted to ask me, hey, listen, I have Remind. I've been watching your videos. Great deal. Remind. Yeah. Remind has a postcard built into it. Is there any, is it cheaper? Is it better for me to use Remind once I pull a list of people I want to market to? And so I went into Remind, and it's very similar to other companies out there. It would actually cost me double with Remind, and they have cards that you have to use. Like you can't import, like you have to use their cards. You can change some things, but you've got to use their cards. So to send out something equivalent to my 5.5 by 8.5, it was going to cost me like $390. With my Mailbox Power, it was like $140. So when I got back to her and I shared that with her, I said, this is one of the things as an agent you need to be looking at. Bottom line, what's the cost? Because if I'm going to sustain this level of marketing, I can't go bankrupt doing it. And that's why I like the system that I'm using, because I've tried them all. I literally, guys, I'm like your guinea pig. I've tried them. Send out cards. I've tried thanks.io. And not all of these companies have the same type of thing we have in our dashboard. And none of those are integrated like yours is within your leads to ROI. So having said that, I'm passionate about it, as you can tell. If you guys have any questions, you can get a hold of me. My time's limited, but if those of you that are watching this either live or recorded, just drop a message on the YouTube video and we will hook up by Zoom at my earliest convenience. But I'd love to see. Matter of fact, Brian, can we say this? If you're watching this live or if you watch this recorded, if you're doing the things that we've been training on for the last 1.5 years, let us know. We would like to feature you on some of our spotlights that we put on YouTube and Facebook. We'd like to get a 30-second testimonial from you. Tell us what's going on with your business. We would like to see that. But anyway, that's it, guys. I'm done. I've got to get ready to go and do another training in about an hour, so I need to kind of relax. But before we go, it's over 5 now. Before we go, does anybody have any last minute questions? And then we'll be done. Go ahead and unmute yourself. If you do, don't chat it. Just drop me a comment vocally. And
My
if not,
question
we'll
is,
count down. Go for it.
do you have to, because I'm not familiar with either of these programs, do you
Sure.
have to design it in Canva and then you're importing it into the program?
Yes
We're
and no.
actually working with Mailbox Power right now for them to give you campaigns the second that you sign up. So we have campaigns that are being designed in Mailbox Power. So you're going to have access to those once you sign up. Kelly also has a handful of different links for buyers, for renters, for FSBOs, for expireds, for canceleds, for withdrawals, for just sellers that we can also provide to you guys. We just have to give you a link to get you signed up. But we're actually working with Mailbox Power right now for all of this to be integrated automatically upon sign up when you sign up through us. So that way you have it. William has actually been taking point on that. So do you have more to share on that, William?
No, I mean, that's pretty much it.
And then Karen, I was kind of curious. William had mentioned that you had 6 people that you converted from us last year. I was curious on those conversions, what price points did those come in at? Because you were saying that 250, 300's a lot lower than your marketplace.
One was like way out from what I normally work, but I just couldn't refuse to work with this gal because she was a single mother, first time home buyer. And I mean, we got her into a home, I think under 300, and it's already gone up about $150,000. The other ones were, I think the one was about 450. The other one was 370. I'd have to pull them all, but you know, probably between 300,000 and 400,000 at least.
So you
That's
were with
awesome.
us 6 months and got 6 deals out of that. That's awesome.
Well, and I told you, William, I said we left a lot on the table just because I had never done that before. And we first of all, we did it January and then COVID hit.
yeah.
Yeah, COVID hit. So then, you know, we're like, okay, January through June. And we're like, okay, are these people bored or are they serious? But you know what? This is really interesting, you guys. 2 of the people said the reason I went with you, Karen, is because you physically picked up the flipping phone. And they said, we got all this automation from everybody, but nobody literally picked up the phone to say hi to us. And that was interesting. So, you know, you can do automation to a degree, but you still have to pick up the phone. But yeah, I think we left a lot of money on the table just because, you know, I wasn't prepared to handle it. And that was including no like direct mail or anything.
Yeah. Well, I think we can help you with that this time around. So we'll chat after this.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing with us, Karen. All right, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and close down this live for today. We will be back on tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for our live support hour. I'll be running that, and then I'm getting out of town as soon as that is done. But I will be with you guys for Thursday for our live training as well. I'm just going to take kind of a vacation, but I'm going to be working while I'm gone, so it's not really a vacation. Anyways, we'll see you guys in the morning.
Okay.
Thank you very
Have a
much.
great day.